welcome to my channel. It's your girl Faith. I'm an HR professional based in Toronto, Canada. You are super welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, please use the subscribe button and join the family, okay? And if you're a returning guest, of course, always a pleasure to have you around. Today, I'm going to be talking about introverts. So introverts, get in here. This conversation is definitely for you. So my husband was reading a book recently titled The Introverted Leader, Building on Your Quiet Strength. And the conversation ensued and we talked about a couple of things, and I just thought that it would be nice for me to drop a few nuggets here on my video. Now, there are two types of people, introverts and extroverts. Of course, I'm not going to bore you with the definitions of both of them. You already know what they are. We live in a society where a lot of things compete for attention, and this is not different in the workplace. When it comes to the workplace, you need to understand that there are different types of people, introverts, extroverts. It's a blend of people. And because we are driving towards inclusion, you need to be open-minded and understand the nuances of the people. Now, for introverts, there are a couple of misconceptions that people have of people that are introverted. One is that they often confuse their introvertedness for lack of intelligence or maybe even arrogance. There's this guy in your office who doesn't talk much, and maybe when you talk to him and he just gives he gives one-liner answers. It doesn't necessarily mean that the person is, arrogant or anything. It's just the person's personality, and you need to also try to understand that. The next thing is, for introverts, when it comes to meetings, if we're in meetings, an introvert is not the first person that will put up his hand, to ask a question or to reiterate a point or give his own points. And it's not because they are not smart. It's not because they don't know what they are doing. But in their personality, it doesn't occur to them naturally. It takes some effort for them to be able to do this. But oftentimes, people misconstrue this for lack of intelligence. Another misconception when it comes to introverts is that people mistake introvertedness for shyness. There are two different things. Shyness is born out of fear and anxiety. I'm a shy person. I don't know if I've ever said it before. I'm sure I'm going to do a whole video on that. Don't worry, I'm actually one of those shy people, but I've had to work on it. But yeah, back to the content. The point is, being shy and being introverted are two different things. Introvertedness is just more of a personality type. But like I said, shyness is more out of fear and out of just anxiety. The other misconception that people have of introverts is that they are slow thinkers. They're not slow thinkers. Introverts like to take in all the facts and then process it. They take their time to process it before they speak. Unlike the extroverts, I'm not saying they think well as well, but the point is they're able to quickly just jump in, contribute in meetings, do all of that stuff. But the introverts are naturally, they will be quiet because they're actually trying to listen carefully and process everything that the other person is saying. When they are now able to gather their thoughts, when you're able to gather their thoughts together, then they speak. But this doesn't mean that they are slow thinkers. Now, people may think that there are no advantages to being an introvert. One of the advantages is that because introverts take their time to speak, they're able to process and gather their thoughts well. They're also able to study the personalities of the people around them, study the environment before they act, which is actually an advantage. Another advantage is that they actually produce solid deliverables in the workplace. I've had colleagues who are introverts. They might not speak much or anything. They might not be the first to, like I said, raise their hands in meetings and contribute and all of that. But when it comes to their deliverables, they deliver back to back. And that is actually an advantage. They are deep thinkers and they produce solid deliverables. Now let's talk about the workplace and career growth, especially as an introvert. We all know that in the workplace nowadays, soft skills are very important. Your technical skills are good, but when it comes to certain levels, soft skills are the things that they will be looking out for. Now, for an introvert, this might not be like one of your strong points, but one of the things that you can do is to try to announce yourself. You need to blow your trumpet. Now, nobody is a mind reader. Nobody is going to be able to say, oh, that guy, I think that guy is really good. If they don't even know anything about you, like if you don't say anything. So you need to be able to blow your trumpet, make them know you, because in the workplace, those are the kind of people that go far, and you want to be one of those. So try as much as possible to blow your trumpet. Another thing is that visibility is very key. You need to be visible. It's okay to be that guy that does the work behind the scenes. That is fine. But at some point, you also need to be in front. You need to be visible. They need to be able to see you. I once had a friend who was working in one of the big fours, and for some reason, she struggled when it came to like promotions and all that. And this girl was really good. Like her technical skills were great, but she was always the behind the scenes kind of girl. She never really felt the need to come out there, and no fault of hers. She's introverted, and that's okay. But at some point you might need to just step out of that zone. Try as much as possible, because it's actually very important in the workplace if you need to go far. And relationships that you did not build early in your career because you were introverted can come to haunt you down the line. So while it may not come naturally to you, it's something that you might just have to learn. It can be learned. It's not, some people were not this way. Some people were actually introverted from the beginning, but along the line, when it came to the workplace, they had to push themselves. Especially, like I said, when it comes to like promotions, pay raises, who's going to manage this team. Most times at that level, they are looking for someone who is the in front of the scenes guy, if you know what I mean. They probably won't remember you if you don't talk much, or if you don't announce yourself, like I said earlier. So as an introvert in the workplace, what should you do? I think there are a few things that you can do to help yourself, especially as it relates to career growth. Now, take your time to prepare, especially if you have maybe like a meeting or a presentation. Take your time to prepare. It doesn't come naturally to you, but if you take your time to write your notes down and gather your thoughts and put them on paper, and you're able to like look at it before the meeting, then I think it would help you. So just take your time and prepare everything that you would need to say, and that way it will help you to be more coherent when it's time for you to speak. Also, when you're speaking, try to connect more with the audience. Like I said, this might take some extra effort because it's not something that you do often, but try to connect with the audience. Make eye contact, because in the workplace, if you don't make eye contact, it gives them the impression that you are not confident. And introverts are, it's not like they are not confident. It is, like I said, it's just a personality type, but it can be easily mistaken for lack of confidence. So if you want to exude that confidence, one of the ways you can do that is to make eye contact. Look, if it's a room full of people, look from one person to the other. You're making eye contact, or just look above their heads. Well, it depends on how small the meeting is anyway. But yeah, that's one of the things that you can do that would help you. Another thing is you would need to take risks, okay? Push yourself out of your comfort zone. It's okay to just be in your comfort zone and, I'm an introvert, this is who I am and all of that. That's great. But, when it comes to excelling in the workplace, you might need to take risks every now and again. There are some times that you would need to push yourself. There are some times that you would need to do things that you've probably never done before. But it is okay. And it's okay to, fail at it every now and again. It's about just keep trying, and you'll get better at it. Another thing is, do not over-internalize. There is a tendency for introverts to be perfectionists. I mean, rightly so. Their personality kind of calls for it. But, you put so much pressure on yourself. Try not to put so much pressure on yourself. Sometimes you might need to just go for the low-hanging fruits. The deliverable does not have to be 100% perfect, right? Once you see that, you've done it to a certain level, it's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself and try to be too perfect at everything. So that way, you'll be able to, it will help you more, like that. That's all I can say about that point. In terms of also using people's names, I think that this is something that you can do in the workplace. Try to use people's names often. It helps. Small talk is another thing that you can do as well. Try to small talk. I mean, I've said this over and over again. I have a video, small talk in the workplace. I'm going to link it up here. Try to small talk. Sometimes, like I said, because it doesn't come naturally to you, you might just have to give it a try. Small talk is actually easy if you practice. Talk about things, talk about the weather, coffee, things that are very easy for you, for the other person to relate to. And maybe from those small talks, it would snowball into actual conversations. As an introvert, push yourself. Try to do some of these things. Use people's names. That helps. Oh, hi, Faith. Faith, so I was talking about this. Try to use their names. They are good infillers, especially if, the conversation is, it's a good way to just, it helps with the conversation. So those are some of the things that you can do as an introvert. Do not beat yourself up. It is just a personality type. Don't see it as something that is negative, and don't allow people intimidate you into feeling like there is something wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. You are completely perfect. You have an inner strength that, is probably even more than what most of the other people have. You're a deep thinker. You're intelligent. You are smart. You're able to deliver on projects. You are superb. Do not allow anybody make you feel inferior because you are an introvert. And do not let them mistake you for someone who is shy. You are not shy. You are just an introvert. It is just a personality type. It is not fear. It is not anxiety. So those are just some of the points that I wanted to mention from the book that, I talked about earlier. So guys, if if there are introverts in the house, I would like to hear from you. I would like to, let us just have a conversation. Let me see some of the challenges that maybe you have faced, maybe some of the things that I've talked about. If you have any experiences, please drop them in the comment section. For other folks, if you're not an introvert, that's okay. Join the conversation. And if there are things that you want to add to this video, drop them in the comment section. If you like this video and you found it informative, please leave me a thumbs up, a thumbs up, a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel and also share this video with any introvert that you know. The person needs to understand that they are strong. They have an inner strength. Share this video with them, guys, and make them feel good about themselves. Make them know that they have the power. Make them know that in the workplace, they are also powerful and they can be visible. They can climb the ladder just like everybody else. I'll see you guys on my next video.